Hello everyone, welcome to another video on Kingdom of Heroes. Today we are going to do short stream just to share with you guys what I regularly buy from the store on a weekly basis. Because as a free-to-play player and you want to save up your resources, there is only certain items that you will need to buy unless you really need it or unless it's essential for progress. If not, there's no point on wasting your resources to buy these items. So let us go to the store now. Okay, first of all, under authoriums, what you can buy and what you must buy on a weekly basis would be the memory shards. This is something that you will need a lot of, that will carry you until mid game. But once you have crossed mid game, you will have tons of these from the outer realms stages that you clear daily. So this is what I will still buy today. Okay, and as you can see, I have quite a lot of points. What you call this? I think the AR points, right? So I have not really spent them on other resources like 6-star explosion ruins or the amplifying gems and stuff. But since now I have all these points, I will buy these items. Okay, the amplifying gems, but only for those that I need. Okay, so for this AR, the water AR amplifying gems, you get either Swift, Prophet, Stone Skin, Vampire, and these are the ones that you will tend to use. So sometimes you will get a purple one, but most of the time will be the blue one, and on rare occasions you will get a legend one. Whereas, I mean, it doesn't matter because if you get the blue one, you can always craft them for purple one. I will also get this. They have the life, charge, havoc, and explosion. I don't really use explosion or havoc much, but life and charge is something that, especially life, for after mid game, you probably will need a lot of these to beef up your heroes to make them thicker. So I will buy this as well. Okay, we got two purple here. I will also buy these because I do use regen, earthquake. Earthquake is very important, and resistant runes. So these are the three I will buy, the 3-pack, including the memory shards. That will be the 4 that I will buy from a AR store. This is rather pointless because no one really use pincer vanguard, or I mean patience rune you can, if you really want to buy, yes you can. But if you just want to get the blue gems and then to craft them for something else, you can also buy this, because this is where your resources for the blue gems will come in, that will help you to craft into either purple or, if you're lucky, then legend. So I will also buy this, not that it's necessary, but because I do have a lot of resource from here. This is the one you do not want to buy, Guardian, 2H, and Destruction. It's not worth it since you don't really use these runes much, and it's better for you to buy from maybe the ancient coin shop if you want, but there's no real need to buy this. So in summary, what you need to buy as a new player or when you're just starting out, you have to buy this, the memory shard. Okay, and as you progress until to the point where you can acquire a decent amount of memory shard from AR by clearing the 2 attempts daily, you can buy these 3. Okay, buy these 3, and then if you have more resources and you want to craft for more gems, then you can buy these and maybe this if you really need to craft this. This is mainly if you want to craft your gems. It's not so much for using it on the ruins. Okay, so for the levy store, I don't really buy Tomb of the Fairy much because you do get them sometimes from event, especially the treasure hunt event, and sometimes from the monthly box that you can get. So if I need to craft anything, I will just buy the amount that I have shortfall for. If I like need another 4 or 5 more, then I will just buy one of these. Okay, but as a new player, you must buy, okay, you must buy this 5 star of choice for RGB heroes. Okay, this is something that I'm still buying today. And if you do have access levy points, I recommend you to buy this as well. Okay, mirror of choice, because you need to HS your 4 star hero, especially say like Freya and Apollo and Nevis, and these are the one that you will probably use. Even for Lucifer, all these 4 star are very good, so you probably need to buy a lot of these as well. Okay, and if you're not in the late game or mid late game yet, this is something that you shouldn't buy. Okay, this is something you shouldn't buy, because yes, you can buy on a monthly basis, you can save up, but you must buy these first. Okay, you must buy these arcane summon ticket times 10. You can only get 4 of these per account. Okay, you can only get 4 of these per account. I've completed mine, so it costs I think about 4,000 levy points. So save up, buy these first, and then you can buy the rest if you have additional. Okay, no point buying the uh, promo fairy. There's no point buying all these essence or the dust and jewel of the nether. So if you are early to mid game, maybe you need to buy just this and this. But if you are like mid game onwards and you probably need to craft something, then you will need to buy these as well. And if you have access, you can buy whatever you want. But I recommend you to save up to buy the arcane summon, because sometimes you can get LD scroll from there, and some ruins and amplifying gems as well. Now we go to the guild point. On the weekly basis, you can buy the skill fairy, which you must buy. Okay, this is a no-brainer. And then the Kishmi, you must also buy on the weekly basis, because if you are new and your account is new, it takes about 7 weeks for you to get your first Lakishmi, and she is one of the greatest support, the strongest support for new players, for most PVE content, because she heals a lot. So make sure you get them. And once you have completed your first Lakshmi, because she doesn't have any HS, what you can do is that continue to buy these pieces, because once you have another second duplicate or third one, you can always craft them for ancient coin. This is where your source of ancient coin comes from. It costs LD hero you can craft for 600 ancient coins. If you have access points, I suggest that you buy the 4 star Mirror of Unknown, because now they do have the system for you to craft legendary mirrors of the unknown, or for the LD Mirror of the Unknown. So it's good that if you can afford this as well. Before they have that system, I don't really buy this anymore. Okay, so you shouldn't buy. What you shouldn't buy is this. There's no point for you to spend your guild points on it, and you shouldn't buy this as well. I mean, if you want, you can, but it's mainly for scale. Nobody really use Artemis here. Okay, so that is for the guild store. Of course, on the monthly basis, you can buy your spirit stone, and this what you call this, the crafting material selection box. This is also where you can get your Tomb of the Fairy. Okay, now we go to the honor. Some of you, if you do not have enough gems to refill for your energy, I know that it's very tempting to buy this using 60 points to get 150 energy. I don't buy this. I do not buy this unless it's for a treasure hunt event whereby I need a lot of stamina to clear the event. So if not, then on a weekly basis, I will just buy the small ferry, because this is where you can get your small ferry, like one full ferry instead of the pieces. There's no other way you can get a small ferry. Okay, do not buy this. Okay, do not buy the promo ferry, because it's very easy for you to get the folders. Do not buy the silver as well unless you're really desperate. Silver is very easy to earn. And LD scroll, you if you want, you can buy as well, but it costs you a lot. So unless you are really into like getting your LD, hope that you want to have a summon to get a LD 5 star, but most of the time will be just 4 star. So I do not suggest this, but I do suggest that on I think every 3 months, they will reset the selective skill ferry. Save up for your selective skill ferry. Every month, every quarter, you have to buy 4 of these, and it's quite expensive. Okay, and if you're focused on arena, then what you can do is that you want to upgrade your tower, and it takes a lot of points for you to upgrade this tower. So what are some of the towers that you need to upgrade first? Speed is the one that you must upgrade first. Ignore the rest, just upgrade speed first. Max it out and then upgrade the second one, which is defense. After defense, then it will be HP. After HP, then it will be attack, and then crit damage, then followed by these two will be the last. And as you can see, it takes a lot of points, and if you're not really PvP oriented, it doesn't matter if you can like hold a current like master 2 or master 3 or even crystal rank is good enough to get you some gems. Okay, so that's what you need to buy on a weekly basis for the honors. Friendship, you can buy the arena ticket that will give you like 4 tickets, but it's not really much. So there's not much thing to buy here, so you don't really need to spend on it. Okay, now we go to the ancient coins store. If you're F2P, you're like free to play, and you want to make sure you can progress into mid game, and hopefully into late game as well if you're playing this game for a longer period of time. What I did when I first started this account is when I have my core heroes like Donovan and Esper and Freya. So what I did is that I craft what do you call that? I combine heroes to craft for ancient coin, and then I buy some of these legend gems, okay, legend amplifying gems, to give my core heroes the necessary stats they need, so I can go further into the mid game. But once I'm at the mid game, I no longer buy these. Instead, I devote my resources to buying Pillar, because Pillar is a very strong hero that you will need. She's going to make your life so much easier in the TOAH. So it's a luxury to have her, just like it's a luxury to have a Noctune. But Noctune is one that you can summon, and this Pillar is something that you cannot summon. You must buy her. Okay, and it will cost you quite a fair bit. I think if I'm not wrong, it will cost you about 4,008. No, 3,006, right? Yeah, I can't remember. So it takes 200 pieces to get her, and per time you can only buy 50 pieces. So it will cost you about 3,006 ancient coins. So it's a lot, but you can slowly save up and buy the pieces, and it probably will take you some time. It took me about maybe 3 months. Yeah. So you can consider buying her if you are planning to play this game for long. If not, then it doesn't matter. Memory shards. There's no point spending ancient coin to buy this, because ancient coin is one of the most rare resources in the game. Okay, and it's only unless you're like free to play, then unless if you're pay to win player, you spend money on this game, and then you can use ancient coin to buy all these different items like the gold reforged dust or even skill fairy. But if not, as a free to play, what you need to buy when you first started your account, go for the legendary amplifying gems for your core heroes. Once your core hero have all the necessary gems to enhance their stat already, then you can go for the pillar, or if not, then go for the L&D mirror of choice. So these are the two that you need to save up and buy. Okay, there's nothing much here for you to consider. Crystal, no. Okay, the general store, I do not recommend you to spend gems on levy ticket, because gems is the second most important resource in the game. Without any gems, you can't really progress much, because you need to level your fodder, you need to farm ruins, you need to clear your events where you can get lots of freebies. So if necessary, don't use your gems for summon. Never use your gems for summon, be it banner heroes or just the normal summons, or even artifact or arcane summon. Never use your gems for it. This is what I suggest. But of course, if you feel like if you feel lucky, you want to spend some gems, fine. But as you can see, I have saved up like 23,000 gems. I have never summoned anything in the game using gems, unless I accidentally click on it. Okay, so the only thing I use gems on is refuel. Okay, this will give you 100 stamina every round. So it's more worth it if you can already store up to 100 stamina. I think it will take you, you are required to reach a certain level, because as you progress in the game, you increase your level, and when you spend your AP, right? So the cap is at 100. So if you are below 100, then there's no point for you to spend so much on the refuel, unless you are really want to push your progress. And I recommend that if you want to push your progress, then AP is the only thing that is worth buying. The rest is not. Okay, the rest is not. And if you want to if you want to increase your chances of getting all the mirrors and stuff, you can buy the Authorium ticket as well. But I don't really buy this, because you can only use your hero, I think, once for the AR. So unless you have a lot of heroes that you can use, if not, then no point. And unless you can clear like 3 million points on auto, then if not, it's no point as well. Arena ticket, I don't really buy these because not there's not a lot of players doing arena, and it's very easy to get into like Master 3, Master 2, or even Master 1 if you are like playing for a longer period of time. So no point even for you to buy these at arena rush hour. Okay, so this is from the store. Now let us go to the crafting. What are these some of the items that you need to craft on a weekly basis? Maybe we start with the runes first. Never spend your silver, which costs you about 10,000 silver, to craft for the purple one. Okay, because the purple one you can only select your set, but you cannot select the stat that you need. So it's just going to be a waste of silver for you to craft this, because silver is the third most important resources in the game. So the first one being ancient coin, the second one being your purple gems, the third one being silver. So silver is your third most important resource in the game. So instead of like crafting these purple ruins, because you have like maybe the flat stats for these ruins, like on the slot 2, 4, and 6, just sell them away. Sell them for silver is better than using them to craft for another useless ruin, which you have to spend silver on. Okay, so what you need to do is that if you really have to craft the legendary grade. Say for example, if you want to craft say Swift, okay, you want to craft Swift on set 4, I mean the slot 4, and then you want the speed, because you need a lot of speed runes, right? So from here you just need two legend runes, and if you farm enough dungeons, you will get a lot of these legend runes. And all these legend runes, some of them have this flat stat on the 246 slot. Let me see if I do have any here. I might have, but because I've been crafting a lot. Okay, so here we have one. Okay, so maybe we just get a random, let's find one without a very good stat. Okay, this is not a very good stat, so I will use this, and then we will just need another 4 more purple. So I just take another 4 purple randomly. So as you can see, this is the Tomb of the Fairy. You only buy them from the store as and when you need it for crafting. If not, then you don't need it. So Swift Ruins, you can craft them for the stat you want. Okay. The most frequent used ruins are Swift, okay, and where is that? Earthquake. These are the two most frequent ruins, which consist of the 4 sets. Okay, the third one, of course, will be the vampire, but the vampire is only used on limited heroes. So I suggest you farming ruins for the Swift ruin and the Earthquake ruins. These are the two most frequent use, especially you want to progress to the late game. Then for the 2 sets ruins that you want to use more frequently will be the life. Life is one that you need a lot. Of course, you have the, where's the stone skin? Yeah, stone skin. So I will use stone skin in substitution of life if I do not have the stat that I want on it. I try not to use havoc on any of my heroes, even if that hero requires 100% crit rate. I try to get 100% crit rate from the substats so that I wouldn't waste like 2 ruins slot just to get 12% crit rate. And if some heroes really need a resistant boost, I will suggest using resistant ruins as well, but of course you can always replace your slot 6 with a resistance stat, or if not from the substat, you can also easily get at least 100%. And like same wise for prophet, which is for accuracy. No one really use charge. This is more like the early game kind of ruins, because if you were to have a 4 set of charge ruins, your speed is going to compensate badly for you using charge ruins, because I believe for mid game and onwards, your heroes need to be at least 200 speed. If not, then you cannot really clear most of the like TOA, or I mean TOAH and the elemental towers, or most content. You will not achieve the score that you need to get the freebies. So charge rune is really for the early game. Mid game and late game is only earthquake, swift, life, stone skin, and then individual heroes, uh, like say for example vampire will be like exclusive for a few heroes that you need, that's all. Like patience is only for those certain heroes, so I wouldn't farm or buy a lot of these ruins if it's not necessary, or craft them. Okay, likewise for gems. So this is what I meant by when you buy all those gems from the the AR store, right? So you can always craft all these random gems. Say for example you want to craft say swift. Okay, so you can just craft them away, all the green one and the blue one. So as you can see, you have just now, these are some of the ones that I bought. So I'll just craft them because I don't really need them, and you can only need craft 3 a week anyway. So I'll just craft them away. I don't really use much of the blue one anyway. Sometimes you'll get a legend one, and it costs a lot of silver. That's why silver is the third most important resource in the game. Okay, next we go to the special crafting. On the week, you can only craft 3 times for these memory shards. And apart from buying from the store, this is your next source of memory shards. So make sure that you buy off them. You craft off them. And then also craft your gold bags as well. So these are the 2 items that you must do on a weekly basis. And as you can see, it costs you quite a fair bit of silver. For the rest, okay, this is something that is not worth it, because in order for you to get a large skill fairy, you need to sacrifice a small skill fairy, and a small skill fairy is harder to get than the large skill fairy, because you can only get 1 per week from the arena store, and most of the events that the game rolls out, gives you the large scale ferrite, it's not the small one. So it's not advisable for you to craft this. Then should you craft this as well? I would say that if you have an excess of a 4-star hero, you can craft this as well. But I prefer, okay, I prefer to dismantle this 4-star hero and craft the mirror instead. Okay, because if I have like 4-star hero, I will dismantle them, and then I will craft craft the mirror instead, the 5-star mirror of the unknown instead, because this is a guaranteed 5-star. But of course, you need this 4-star mirror of unknown. That is why you need to buy from the Levy store. This is for you to craft these mirrors. But if you really want to get your LD scroll, which imagine if you were to use 2 LD heroes 4-star to get 1 LD scroll, then you get another 4-star. That's pointless, right? Of course, some player will debate that when you summon 10 LD scroll, you get a divine summon, right? You get a divine summon. But this immediately is like a divine summon. This immediately gives you a 5-star LD hero. It's like a divine summon. So it's more worth it to craft it here. But of course, you must have your 4-star mirror of the unknown. Okay, so these are the things that you need to craft on a weekly basis. And if you have extra 5-star hero, you can craft them for your ancient coin. And likewise for the Kishmi, which I think I have. Just hang on a minute. I think I have completed one more Kishmi I can craft for coins. Okay, I do have her. Okay, just craft the rest as well. Okay, maybe I show you what I have in my inventory. Okay, this is the 5-star mirror of choice. I get all these pieces from the AR, not from AR, from the from the AR. So you do twice a day, and then sometimes they will drop you these 5-star mirror of choice pieces, and then you can have your 5-star mirror of choice. I have 5 mirror of choice for LD. I have 3 of them. I have 12 of these mirrors, for the RGB heroes for 5-star. The mirror of the unknown, I left 8 of them, and because I crafted some of these LD scrolls already, and I ran out of this LD 4-star folder to craft for the LD mirror. This is something that I gotten from the treasure hunt event, so I will just continue to farm for this if there's future treasure hunt. 4-star mirror of choice, I have a 70, and there's no other hero that I think I want to invest in, so I'll just keep that in the store. Yeah, so these are what I have currently. Okay, so I need to unlock the Kashmir from the hero page. So that I can craft. Okay, so it costs you 150,000 silver for 600 ancient coin. Okay, so these are some of the items that you must buy on a weekly basis, okay, from the store and for the crafting. If you do it on a regular basis, if you are active on this game, after like 6 months or maybe like 7 or 8 months, these are some of the resources that you can probably have if you store up all your resources, or I mean your materials. Okay, now every week, I think they give you like 40, I think it's 40, right? Yeah, 40 gold dust. So later in the day, I think another 8 more hours, you will get your 2 LD summons and then this as well. Okay, so how much gold dust back do you need to use to get a ruin that is really like God stat. That means the stat that you really want for that specific hero. It probably costs you about 250 to 300 gold reforged dust to get the stat that you want. So if you look at those top players whereby their stats are like ridiculous, that means you have the HP, defense, percentage, and then the speed, and then resistance on the tanks and healers, and all their runes have this stat. They probably spend a lot of gold reforged dust to reforge these runes as well. So this is something that you need, and this is the only thing that separates you from pay to win or free to play, unless you play for a very long time. But you do not really need this to progress for uh, PVE PVE, because PVE is quite easy, and this is just like additional to perfect your stat, that's all. Okay, and if you play long enough, you will have a lot of memory shards, and these memory shards, I have like 25,000 of them. And the reason why I have so much of this, because when I first started this account, when I'm playing this game, I do not really spread my resources too thin. If you look at my some of past video, there's one on why having more 6-star hero means having more problems, because some of the heroes that you want to use, you have to max HS them to make them effective, and to make max HS them, you need all these memory shards. And if you are like doing like working on 5 hero concurrently, it's going to spread your resource very thin, and then you're going to spend your gems to farm for like all these essence. And when you use your gems to farm for this essence, it's really a waste of energy, unless you can really like bring 3 fodder along. If not, then it's really a waste of this energy. So let me tell you how to get the other resource. For when you want to farm for essence, this is the only one you need to farm, the void essence. Okay, because void essence is important for you to HS your heroes, right? And for the green, red, and blue, you don't really need to farm them as much, unless you at the beginnings early game you need to awaken your hero. And some players, they actually use, I think, 200 gems to awaken the hero without the need to farm the essence. So if you're going to spend 200 gems to awaken your hero, you might as well spend those 200 gems to farm the necessary essence, and you probably will cost you less than 200 gems, and plus you maybe get something else as well. So that one is more for people who are like impatient, or just want to get the hero awakened fast. But if you are patient enough, then you will save up all these gems and not use them on this random stuff, right? So if you need, you just farm for the void essence, and these you can actually get them from events as well, and it's very easy to get them from events. And how about the dark and light? You probably need dark and light essence for you to HS your hero or awaken your hero, right? So this is what I suggest. From the silver coin store, every time you see what you need to buy from the store, okay, you need to buy all the light and dark big essence. You need to buy the costume coin. You need to buy the what you call it, the spirit stone. You need to buy the gems. You need to buy, if you want, you can also buy these ruins. Sorry, the amplifying gems as well from here. So these are the items that you can buy to really increase your progress. But of course, the pretext is that you need to have a lot of silver for you to spend. And if you're early game, you can only buy selectively on what you need. But once you progress to the mid game, having farmed enough ruin dungeon, then you will have saved up a tons of silver for you to buy this item. Okay. So what was I going to say? Okay. Okay, look under achievement. So if you said that didn't have enough silver, why you feel that silver is never enough for you to spend, because you probably didn't farm your ruins dungeon as much. You can always go to your achievement. Okay, under achievement, you look at this ruin dungeon. See how many times have you farmed your ruin dungeon. If you have farmed at least 10,000 times, then you will have tons of decent ruins as well as those useless ones that which you can sell for a lot of the silver. This is your source of silver at the early game and even until mid game, because as you can see, you need a lot of silver for the crafting. So this is your source of silver for the early game and mid game. That is why you cannot afford to spend your purple gems on random stuff. Use them on refill to farm your ruins. Okay, and then of course, when you reach mid game, you can do your artifacts, and artifacts is going to cost you even more silver. Okay, say for example, I'm not going to craft this. I mean, I'm not going to put a stat in, but I'm just going to show you how much it costs. If you want to put a purple artifact gems, right, it will cost you 300,000. And if you want to put a purple one, 240,000. The legend one will cost you 300,000. So if you're in the early game, what you can do is that you just put the blue one on any random ruins that you're using. Only use the purple and legend ones on legend ruins, or the purple ruins that you really wanted on the hero, on the specific hero. If not, then because it's very hard for you to get the purple and the legend artifact gems. So for a start, use the blue one on them. And what you can do to have more silver, of course, is to sell them. Okay, never sell the purple, never sell the legend one. You can sell all the blue one if you want, but I normally will keep about two of them. Not that I will use them, it's like just in case kind of thing. But if I need, I can always sell all of these artifact gems for like extra boost of silver. Say for example, like this one, I have 6 of them. Let me sell for. It will give you like 62,000 silver. Of course, once this is on the pretext that you can clear your what you call that, the charms, right? Yeah, if you can clear these charms. So as you can see, I've cleared all the level 5. So on the daily basis, I will do either the 4th floor or the 5th floor for this stage, depending on how I feel like it. Because the 5th floor I cannot have 100% auto clear, so I will sometimes do the 4th floor just to get it over and done with. Then this one I will just do the 5th floor, and this one I sometimes do the 4th floor. But if I want to just clear it fast, or I do not have a lot of AP left, I will just clear the 3rd one as well. So if you can reach the 3rd stage, okay, if you can reach the 3rd floor, this is where you will begin to see a drop in the legend artifact gem, and it's good enough for you to farm in the 3rd floor for these 3 charms. Okay, let me maybe do some. I didn't really focus much on elemental towers. Maybe I should. So one of my guildies already cleared. I think cleared the Tower of Darkness. I think it's very easy to clear. It's just like every stage you need to just manually control your hero, and it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, green tower is the one that I'm weakest in because I do not have a lot of green heroes, and I don't plan to make them so soon for the tower's sake. So I'm just not doing it. Okay, for your TOAH, currently, if I'm not wrong, okay, so I'm still rank 1. I think the other players are not like rushing for the tower, but I feel that I may drop down to rank 2 or rank 3 if these top players they want to go for the top 100. Maybe they just AFK for these few days and then just clear on the last day. So if you are free to play and you want to know whether your progress is decent or not, or your ruins are up to standard, one very good gauge is that if for early game, aim for reaching floor 30. But if you're mid game, aim for floor 60, because on floor 60 is where the tower passive is already at its maximum. You will only get like 5 random tower passive every season. So if you can reach floor 60, you have unlocked all the tower passive. And if you are talking about mid to late game, I would say that a very good gauge of your runes is that you can auto most of these TOAH until floor 60, of course with the exception of some of the boss stages whereby you require some mechanics. So if not, you should be able to auto until floor 60, and then maybe 60, 61 to 65 even, depends on the tower passive. But anything from 65 or 70 beyond, anything from 70 and beyond, you probably need to manually control your hero to clear these stages, and it's going to be a hassle. And it can be quite a waste of energy if, say, the tower passive is something that like stun resistant, or like counter, or some tower passive that are very tough for the season. So if I encounter those passive, I will just stop at whichever floor that I feel that I don't want to spend any more energy on, because I'm better off spending those energy elsewhere. Okay, so this is how you gauge whether your progress is okay or not. Okay, one more thing about TOA is that if you can clear your floor 100 on auto, okay, meaning to say you can just set to floor 1 to floor 100, and then just put it on auto for about 90 minutes, I think, or if not about 2 hours if necessary, and just leave your phone there, and just let it auto for 2 hours. You can probably, you're like ready for the mid game already, because this is TOA is really early game. So if you are still manually clearing this TOA, that means you are still in your early stages of your game, and this is not going to be even the challenge. So the 4 heroes that I use to auto from floor 1 to floor 100 is that I don't even go with a healer. Freya, Donovan, Esper, and of course, if you do not have not tuned yet, you can always go with maybe Lakishmi, which is free from your store. And these 4 heroes, if your runes are decent enough and you have amplify gems on them and HS this hero as well, you should have no issue autoing floor 1 to floor 100. So this is your gauge whether are you ready for mid game. Okay, so today I think we just go through some of what we need to buy from the stores, and what are some of the items that you need to craft, and what are the things that you shouldn't do or waste resource on in order for you to have a very fast progress. My advice for new account, that's like accounts under 3 months, or you feel that your hero is not strong enough and you thought that you probably need to summon more heroes. The challenge is not about summoning the heroes. If you look at the HS, say for example, I just find a hero, maybe say for Herman, okay, because this guy got HS, right? So you look at this stat here. The stat increment is only plus 3 crit rate and 10 attack. It's not even 10%, it's just 10 flat stat attack. Okay, and then if you HS one more with one more dude, you get 4% resistance, which is like basically redundant on him, and you get 10 flat defense, which is also useless. Then you get another 10 attack and crit damage 5%. It's not a lot. And then you get another 30 HP and then 4 resistance, which is not a lot. So the only useful thing for these dupes that you want to HS is only for the skills. And some of these skills, yes, they are very good, but you can probably do without if your hero is strong enough in terms of the stats. Because if you HS your heroes without the dupes, you can get more stats from here. You can get more stats from here, and it adds up. And the last one is the most important. It gives you the speed. So what you can do to strengthen your hero, focus on the right side of the HS. and instead of the left side, if you don't have the dupes, just leave it, but make sure that you strengthen all the right side of the HS chart, and then of course this as well. So you should get a 4 red star on your heroes without the dupes. And once you have this 4 red star without the dupes HS, and then once you amplify those gems, you are even ready for mid game, even without all these skill up, or rather the hidden strength for the skills. Okay, I think we will stop here for today. So maybe the next round I got suggestion from a viewer that says maybe I can go through some of the ruins I'm using and why I'm using those ruins on artifact, and what is the best step for certain heroes and stuff. So if you want to, if there's some heroes that you want to me to showcase or share my opinion on it, because there's different players have different opinion, but if you want my opinion on it, you can just leave them in the comment below. Then maybe in the next video I will address those comments. Okay, so if not, then we will stop here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.